Dearest people, there is really nothing to write about this week. There is nothing but work to discuss. We've been very busy to the last 48 hours, and now we're expecting in 100 cot cases, meaning in the language of the military, bad cases. We are sending every patient who is able to travel to England tomorrow. My nice New Zealand and Australian boys are off with them. I shall miss them very much. They've been longing to go to England, so yesterday the Colonel came round with papers to fill in, getting the names of all the men who could go. Poor men. I hate to think of them going back again. You know, it's only when you get tales firsthand like we do here, from the men who have been right through it, that you begin to realise the least little bit of what it is like. I must tell you the story of a poor RAMC man that somehow made me think of Mr. Andrews. This man got hold of a donkey and used to go backwards and forwards to the firing line, and putting the wounded on the donkey would convey him to the first aid place. For a fortnight, he was known all along the line as the man with a donkey, and as he passed, the men would cheer him. But one day he never passed, and then they found him. He and the donkey were dead. A hospital ship from the Dardanelles came in the day before yesterday, but the men were beautifully cleaned and well looked after, as they had 9 or 10 sisters on board, which makes all the difference. When they just come over on a transport, they arrive in filthy conditions, poor dears. They are simply crowded on, lie on deck, or stretchers, or anything, with about 2 or 3 sisters and 2 doctors for hundreds of men, and they simply cannot look after them. Consequently, they are fearfully septic, and limbs have to be amputated that might have been saved. It's appalling, the number of amputations that have to be done. We've just heard of the death of 2 Australian doctors, just young boys. One from Melbourne had been in England for 6 years and got back just when the war broke out. He was very clever and quite one of the coming surgeons. He was shot through the spine, lived for 2 days, completely paralysed, then died. They used to call him Demure Smith. He was shot through the head, but when they tried to find his body, they could not. It has never been found. Oh dear, if this ghastly war would only end. Somehow one feels at times that things can never be the same again for years to come. People look at things differently and be different. I must stop now. Oceans of love, from Nari.